Good morning, Melbourne, Australia, and welcome to another episode of Talking Trash with Lucy from Need a Skip Now. Today, we would like to cover most frequently asked questions that we've pretty much been asked weekly, some of them daily, some of them many times per day. Without further ado, we're gonna launch into them. Question number one. Do you deliver skip bin to my suburb or my postcode? Well, um, as we're based in southeastern suburbs, we deliver up to 50-kilometer radius from our depot. So we deliver to most postcodes in Melbourne. However, to verify if your postcode is covered, all you need to do is jump onto our website and www.needaskipnow.com.au. Type your postcode and you will see straight away if we deliver. If you are next to the postcode that we deliver to, just give us a quick call 1300 605 624 and we will confirm if we can just travel a bit further and get to your suburb. So, most suburbs, yes, we do cover in Melbourne. Question number two. How do I know which size of skip bin do I need? All right. This is a brilliant question. In fact, on our website, we have actual page dedicated to sizes and dimensions. And if you're a visual person, again, you can jump on our website, www.needaskipnow.com.au, and go to the tab called bins, and you will see all the bin dimensions. However, looking at the page is one thing, and looking at your pile of rubbish is completely different. So, if you've never ever ordered a skip bin, it might be confusing what skip bin size to go for. Skip bins are measured in cubic meters, and cubic meters is the length by width by height. So, you need to imagine your pile of rubbish in a cube if it's not already piled together, and estimate how long is it, how wide is it, and how deep is it, or how high is your pile. And you need to multiply your width by length by height, and that's how you get your cubic meters. If in trouble, call us and we will help you sort it out. But skip bins do come in a massive variety of sizes, from a mini skip, which is 2 cubic meters, and all the way up to 31 cubic meters. So there is a very big range of sizes, and if you can't work it out on your own, that's what we're here for, to help you and sort it out. Next question. What if I haven't got a driveway and need to park a bin on a road or nature strip? Very good question. You might not have a driveway, or your driveway might be extremely narrow, like we've seen city of Yarra, in Richmond, in Prahran, in in Albert Park. There are some suburbs which are completely don't cater for trucks to enter into driveway. So that's not a problem at all. So we have placed multiple amount of bins per week on a road or nature strip, and all that's required are two things. First one, you need to reserve a space on the road for the truck and for the bin. So you need to either park your car in advance, put some rubbish bins there, secure a space. Item number two, we need to apply for council permit. We, as a registered supplier, we are registered with pretty much 99% of all the councils in Melbourne. So applying for a permit is not a problem at all. It's just an extra fee for you. Each council charges completely different fees. So for your council, you need to call us and we will advise you how much your council charges for the permit. Keep in mind that while some councils like Stonington or Kingston will allow bins on a road and nature strip, other councils such as City of Melbourne, City of Port Phillip, and others, they will only allow bins on a road, no nature strip. So as many councils there are, as many rules and variations there are. Therefore, call us for your specific council and we will notify you of absolutely all the rules that goes into it, and we organize everything for you. All you need to do is pay a fee for the permit and all is done. Question number 4. Can a skip damage my driveway? And that question is extremely valid because skip can damage your driveway. It will depend on a number of things. First, what type of driveway do you have? Do you have a precedence of having skip bins on your driveway? If you are redoing your driveway, if you have some gravel there, then this question is not even relevant because there is no surface to damage. However, if you've just put a brand new driveway, and especially if it's a exposed aggregate driveway, you really wouldn't want to skip on your brand new driveway. Now, having said that, there are ways to protect your driveway. So first of all, small skips hardly ever cause any reason for concern because they're small and they're not that heavy. We recommend to always place a barrier between the skip bin and your driveway. That could be pieces of cardboard placed on your surface of your driveway, or it could be pieces of timber. You can request when booking a bin with us, you can request for us to bring timbers and we will place them underneath the bin to create a layer of protection. A layer of protection between the bin and your surface. Now, if we're talking about very big bins starting from 6 cubic meters, 8, 10, 12, and if they have any soil in them, or bricks, or concrete, or any heavy materials, you need to consider that now we're talking about a very heavy weight on your driveway. Some drivers are just not the industrial strength that they can sustain this weight, because the real danger comes on a pickup. When we deliver an empty bin, it's pretty light, but on a pickup, you need to consider a bin, which is always over a ton, plus a few ton of weight already in your bin, plus 14 ton of truck, which needs to put stabilizer leg onto your driver and then lift the bin, and that can crack the driver. So if you having very heavy bins with soil, concrete, bricks, or other heavy materials, and you are worried about your driveway, we strongly recommend to please pay for permit. It's around $100 to $150, sometimes less, up to $200 maximum permit. And please do not risk your driveway. If you spend $10,000 or $20,000 putting down your driveway, it's better to pay $200 for permit, consider it an insurance policy, and do not risk it. So that's our recommendation. Next is, can I get my own skip permit? Well, skip bin permits or council permits, they only are required for bins which are being placed on council property, such as road or nature strip, if your council allows nature strip. So most of the time, nobody is happy to pay for council permit. Our builders, our regular customers, they're already used to council permits, so it doesn't faze them the slightest. However, people who are residents have never ordered the bin, and for the first time in their life, they hear that not only they have to pay for the bin, but also for the permit. It can be quite upsetting to some people. Permit prices are set by councils, they're not set by us, so we're just the middleman trying to make your life easier applying for a permit. Now, and some customers ask, can I get my own skip bin permit? The simple answer is no. In order to obtain your skip bin permit, you need to be us, you need to be a skip bin supplier, you need to have an ABN, you need to have a public liability insurance for a minimum of $10 million, and you need to be registered with the council. So if you're prepared to go through all this, you know, through all this, jump through all these hoops, you're more than welcome. But 99.9%, there's just no need for you to go through all these registrations just to obtain one permit. So we already registered, we're a supplier, we've got all the insurances, and we apply for permit for you. So simple answer is no. Leave it to us. Um, Next question is, what skip bin type do I need? And in reality, it's a very valid question because there are really, we offer two types of skip bins. There is Marel bins and there are hook bins. Marel bins are trapezoid shaped bins and they are suitable for most projects. We offer them in sizes between 2 cubic meters to 12 cubic meters, and they're delivered by Marel truck, which uses hydraulic arms to lift the bin up and then slowly position it behind the truck, gently, slowly lowering it on chains. And it's picked up in exactly the same fashion. The other option is hook bins, and hook bins are low-sided rectangular bins. In fact, to see the difference, I recommend to jump onto our website needskipnow.com.au and jump on tab called bins, and you will see dimensions, you will see the shapes. So hook bins very good for very heavy waste because they're picked up by hook truck. It's a different method of lowering the bin because the hook pretty much lowers the bin. The bin is first lowered on an angle, on like 45-degree angle, and then truck just moves this way and the other part of the bin just lowers. So it's not as gentle as skip bin, and hook bins we do recommend to place on a road because they are heavy and they can cause damage to your drivers. So consider your project, talk to us and we will recommend what to do. So basically, yeah, depending on the waste type. So for example, if you have soil concrete bricks, we recommend go for hook bin because hook bin is delivered by hook truck, and it's a far more powerful truck which can lift up to 10 cubic meters of this heavy waste. But if you have small projects or narrow access, then go for skip bin. Now, for Marel bin. Now, the core difference here, the advantage of hook bin over Marel bin is that if you have a situation where you don't have the height clearance, for example, you have a tree overhead or you have carport or you have a factory or somewhere with limited height, then Marel truck, which does require height for hydraulic arms to go up first, Marel truck will not work in this situation. So we definitely go for hook because hook does not require as much height. Again, talk to us about your specific project. Next is our favorite question. How high can I load the bin? Which really is another question for saying, can I overload your bins? The simple answer to this, no, you cannot. How high can I load the bin? You can only load the bin up to the rim of the bin, only up to the rim. Not only it's common sense that if you ordered 4 cubic meters bin size, you only paid for 4 cubic meters worth of weight, therefore bin should only be filled up to 4 cubic meters. In addition, when people overfill bins, it creates all sorts of issues. It creates an issue with tarping the bin. It creates an issue with transporting the bin because if it's overfilled, our trucks can be pulled up by police and asked, to pay the fine for driving with overfilled load. The load is not always safe, even though we tarp it, materials can still escape from under the tarp and hit another vehicle, which could be disastrous. So overfilling a bin is a big no-no. In very certain circumstances where there are no loose materials and it's completely tied up, we might accept an overfilled bin, but there will always be extra charges for it. And again, we will only accept it if it's completely packaged, nothing can fall out, and the load is completely secured, but you will be charged extra, and we highly, highly discourage it. It's not safe. it's not practical. It's against the law, against weak roads registration regulations, and it puts our drivers in danger, and it puts other motorists in danger. So please, to assist with this logic here, if you're in doubt, if you think, do I need a 3 cubic meter or 4 cubic meter? If in doubt, go for bigger size. Because in 99% of all of our customers, even the most experienced customers, such as our builders and renovators and traders, even these pros tend to underestimate the size they need. Now, not only you will benefit from bigger size because you will be able to fit all your waste. Another beautiful thing about bigger bins, the higher you go in size, the more value per cubic meter you get. So it becomes cheaper per cubic meter. So if you're working on an ongoing project, go for bigger sizes. And please do not fill the bins above the rim. It will be very difficult for all the parties involved. Next question is, how long can I keep the skip bin? It's a very good question. Each company in Australia, in Melbourne, in Victoria has different rules and regulations. We are more lenient than others because our philosophy is simple. Keep it until you feel it. Within reason, of course. We don't want you to keep it for a year or 6 months. But our VIP customers know, and VIPs are, I'm referring to people who order bins every week from us, they know that we will never rush them to return the bin. If you're working on a project, you will be working on a project and you will only let us know when the bin is full, then we're picking it up. So we will not be rushing you. If you are limited by the permit, see, that's another thing to consider. If your bin is on a road or nature strip, then you are limited by a permit because permits from different councils have limitations. Some offer you 3-day permits, some charge you daily fees for permit, like City of Yarra and City of Melbourne and City of Port Phillip. Some councils issue you a weekly permit, such as City of Glen Eira, City of Kingston and City of Bayside and Barandara as well. And therefore, the question is, if your bin is on the road, you might not want to pay hundreds of dollars to keep extending your permit. So you need to consider both where your bin is located and how long do you need it for. Our average time for hire is 7 days. However, some people fill it in 1 day, some people fill it in 3 days. So we do not charge you extra. Some of our extremely busy customers, builders with multiple sites where they work on 5 different sites at a time. Some bins can stay there for a month. Some bins can stay there for up to 2 months. And that is fine with us because we look after our customers. And if you need the bin for that long, we will work with you. So that's no stress whatsoever. Next question is, what if I'm not finished with the skip bin by my pickup date? All right. It all comes down to communication with us. So what happens is that let's say you've booked a bin for delivery on Monday, pick up on Friday. And then Friday comes and you think, oh, I haven't filled my bin. What do I do now? Well, it's too late to do anything if it's already Friday. So if you haven't finished filling your bin, you need to contact us at least 24 hours prior to pick up. And that happens because we need to finalize drivers' schedules. Drivers' schedules are done a day before for the next day. So we have complete runs worked out for drivers. And if the driver already arrived to your property and you're telling us that, sorry, my bin is not ready, well, unfortunately, you will incur a dead trip fee, a minimum of $150, a minimum. And it will not only cost you money, it will cost us money, and it will cause complete disruption of schedule because instead of picking up your bin, the driver will have to be delayed and go to other sites. So it will completely disrupt the day. So please, If you haven't finished with your bin, it's not a problem at all. Okay, all you need to do is call us a day before, 2 days before, but minimum 24 hours, and just say, could you please reschedule it for, you know, another day. So please communicate with us, and then all of us will avoid unnecessary charges. Now, another question is, can I get a skip bin delivered on Saturday or Sunday? We work 6 days a week, Monday to Saturday. So therefore, yes, you definitely can get your skip bin delivered on Saturday. We don't work on Sunday, so if you need a skip on Sunday, again, we deliver it on Saturday and we'll pick it up whenever you're ready. So Sunday is a day off for us, but we will work around your schedule and deliver it, outside of that day. If you're starting your project very early on Saturday, we recommend get your skip delivered on Friday because you're not paying for extra days with us. Therefore, if you have tradies coming at 7 in the morning and you need this bin standing there waiting for your tradies, book it for day before and avoid any stress in the morning. Next question is, love this question. Can I have a skip bin delivered during COVID-19 lockdown in Melbourne? Well, it's our second year already with COVID-19 in lockdowns, and I'm happy to confirm that so far, skip bin hire industry has been classified as an essential service and as part of waste removal and supporting construction industry. Therefore, yes, you can get a skip bin delivered during this time. I understand that COVID-19 has placed limitations on a number of industries where they cannot operate. However, so far, we are now in lockdown 6.0 in Melbourne, and so far, skip bin hire has always been listed as an essential service, and we also regularly put updates on Google My Business in Google that we open. And yes, during the last 6 lockdowns, we've always been open and we are continuing to be open. Even when there are limitations with, I know that tips are closed. Tips are closed to accept residential rubbish. However, skip bin hire is open. And one of the benefits of skip bin hire being open, because one of the issues with COVID lockdowns is the immense increase of illegal dumping. Immense. And the Sustainability Department and EPA and the councils and Victorian government, everyone wants to avoid illegal dumping. Therefore, skip bin service is absolutely essential. They want people to throw stuff into skip bins, not on nature strip, not on railway tracks, certainly not next to schools and tennis courts. So yes, we are open. It is an essential service, and you can always also check our Google page just to, have a peace of mind or give us a call. Well, we seem to have run out of time for today. We have loads more frequently asked questions, which we will go through in our next podcast. But for now, I would like to thank you for your time. You were listening to Talking Trash with Lucy from Need a Skip Now. If you have any questions, jump onto our website, needaskipnow.com.au, or give us a call on 1300 605 624. Just remember, no question is a silly question. And many people have never ever ordered a bin before, and we are happy to answer any questions from you. And that's why we've done this episode on most frequently asked questions. We thank you once again. Until next time.